What's up, people? So, the other day, actually, it was like a week or two ago. Crucified. I just woke up, and then I checked Discord later in the day, and then I saw Crucified DM me at his oras tier list out of nowhere right after the Zardwy ban happened, and I'm like, I don't agree with this. And he did his own tier list video or tier list process without me, which is cool because we've kind of rehashed the same, not the same points, but I feel like we've exhausted the oras tier list video of terms of just talking about every single mon. So what I did is I made my own tier list, and then I decided to ask a bunch of other people what theirs were. So I'm gonna go over mine, and then we can go over theirs, and just general oras talk, chill vibes all around the board. Probably my last oras video for a little bit. Fresh off of Zardwy ban. A lot of this was theoretical for a lot of us because this meta hasn't been played in a team tour yet, or even like a big individual. So, besides the oras no Zardwy tour that did happen, that was a lot of fun, and congratulations to Derek and for winning that and Creasefat for being finals. That was a really good tour. So let's go talk about this shit. Okay. This is my tier list. I still felt like Zardex was the best mon. I did some building before this, and I'm just thinking, yeah, Zardex is still insanely splashable. A lot of the meta, kind of falling out of Zard's complete grasp makes it so that it's not S plus, or anything like that, but definitely the best mon in the tier. Has a ton of flexibility. I'm gonna show off here. I'll probably link this in the description. I just feel like I don't know why I've been gatekeeping my SSConf for so long. I just don't really feel the need to in the future. I saw someone ask some stupid ass question about Deg's shitty one, so I'm like, okay, yeah, this has to stop. Let me drop mine. This says so very good for other Zardexes. Oh, I just got a text. Hold up. Let me fucking make that shit. Still good versus other Zards. Wisp Impish still. Great for Gyarados, T-Tar, other shit. Just not dying physically a lot of the time. Honestly, not amazing versus Lopunny. Well, versus Encore Lop, but that's kind of a fake set. Well, and Sub, which is kind of real. Then we got, the anti-lop, normal. Then we got this shit, which is bad. Then we got the actual set, which is good. You want to be adamant on your SC charges just so you can do as much damage to Mew and Manaphy as possible. This set is bad. It's just it's an option. Then we got Max for speed versus random shit, which is not super helpful at all. Because this set came before Max. No, Max came before this. Good versus Venu as well, Chansey. Then we got this shit, which I like. I like Endure Zardex a lot. I think it'll be a lot better without Zardwy because people won't expect the Charizard to endure, so it's easy to do this. This is a cool set. Counter, but still adamant, so still able to do a lot of damage and not super dependent on fighting a physical attacker. Break, good shit, break. Anti-Volcanion. People are on some weird Volcanions, and Volcanion definitely can now be a 100% Zard beater. So this shit is probably not super great. But if you're like, my team would like to be anti-Volcanion, sure, why not? Adamant's still good. I don't know why this Wisp over Sub. Sub is way better on this set for Venusaur. This set is bad probably. Random anti. This is an old set. Bad. Not a great set. I don't think counter. I think the adamant counter is better because you don't really need Impish for a whole lot. Ban Chomp is not super common these days. Blah blah blah. Okay, Zard is good. Anyway, so this is a tier list video. So those are the sets that because when half a year ago, if you were to ask me what Zards do people run, people meaning everyone who plays the tier at a semi-high level, I couldn't really tell you because a lot of them were using outdated sets, or I've even seen people run SM sets and shit, so it's just kind of stupid. Guard, I initially had Metagross as the second best mon in the tier, but Guard is kind of just they're both they kind of do some semi-similar stuff in terms of beating dragons and being psychics and beating a lot of other fairies and stuff. Guard, I had guard number 3 initially, but then I just changed it because I feel like guard has more like total set flexibility instead of just a few EV changes or move changes like Metagross. And also the Metagross at preview thing is kind of weird. Like it's kind of been a meme that like in oras was like it's like kind of a niche fucking joke, but like that the only Metagross the Mega Metagross you should pick is the Metagross 2-1. I've just seen a lot of games where if it has good matchup, you click it and win. If it doesn't, you don't, and then you do and you lose. Metagross, kind of my go-to set for Metagross is either this one or just Max Ice Punch. This set is lit. I like the set a lot. That was my list of people who use tier lists. This is mine, obviously. Guard has a lot of like tech potential. I've seen a lot more Trick Room, and I've seen some Encore Disable. I've seen some T-Wave. Overall, this mon is just insanely obnoxious, and if I don't have a steal, then I'm not crazy about my matchup versus it. And even if I do, I'm maybe not crazy about my matchup versus it. Guard is just really, really scary right now. Probably the second best mon in the tier. Right now, it's matchup versus Zard is more of just a guaranteed W. There's a lot of options you have to like Trick Room Encore, Icy Wind Encore, T-Wave Encore against Zard. T-Wave's a Solar tech that he showed me. Because Solar never teched for Zard Y, he always teched for X. So, that's just an example of that. Because subbing and getting Encore is just a bad play. So yeah, T-Wave covered a lot of it. It covered Raw Blitz and it covered DD, and you know, it's pretty cool. I like it. Guard has a lot of set flexibility, like EVs, moves, like general purpose, like Trick Room Encore Disable. I've seen that kind of be kind of like a Aromatisse with either Hyper Beam, Hyper Voice Last. The more I use Guard, the more I don't care about a psychic move. I used to be anal about all my guards having psychic moves, but it doesn't backfire on you that much, to be honest. Hyper Voice, Hyper Beam is solid. Getting owned by sub is kind of bad. Next, I'll speed this up. This video will probably be long as fuck, but it is what it is. Here, maybe I should. Should I zoom in? I don't really care. Here, maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Is that better? Yeah, for sure better. Okay. I put Gren and Gara. If you would have told me before the Zard Y ban that I would have done this, I would have called you crazy, because I was totally thinking that Manaphy would be just straight up broken and ban worthy at that point. But the thing is that I've built in that span, and I don't really go to Manaphy a lot, because Gara and Gren have way better fucking Togekiss matchups, Gardevoir matchups, Psychic matchups, you know, type shit. They just feel more splashable to me right now. In the future, that might change, but to me, a lot of this is just, since Zard Y just got banned, which is a huge meta shakeup. This is a lot of like theory and just like how much I would put on my team. I haven't actually built a Gardevoir team in a bit, in maybe a month or two. Or like there was one series that I built a guard team for, but since then I haven't. And the guard is just really scary when the opposing team has it, so that's just my bias. Guard feels a little bit more like explosive than Metagross. But yeah, I just think, here, I'll show you some cool Grand sets. Grand Ninja. We got, this is like what moves it can run. I wouldn't take off Dark Pulse. I like the Cheese Chance plus beating Slowbro plus beating Mew. I think that's it's like basically mandatory. Sometimes I will drop it if my Grand is if my Grand is my last and I need to beat like a lot of things with coverage. Yeah, sure, I can do like some crackhead shit, but usually I do have Dark Pulse. It just feels clean to have Dark Pulse on Grand. Icy is pretty cool. I really like HP Electric right now. I love HP Electric because even if you do fight a Gara that Mega, sometimes they will still be slow, and will fucking discard HP Electric twice. Rock is probably bad with no Zard Y. It's probably like unusable, so don't use that shit. Because that's what it was for. Grass Knot, I just think is way worse than HP Electric because beating Mana Feet is pretty big. You do lose your Custap, but fuck it. People don't run Custap as much as they should right now. It's tough. It's HP Electric is more of a winning move than a losing move, from my experience. Then you got the Ocean World set, which I really love. I think Gunk on Gren is super big right now. I think it should maybe be running. I don't think it should be running 252 speed. It can run a little less. 76 attack. Oko's guard all the time, so you should probably run that. I don't know why it has less attack than that, but this set does a lot of cool things. Beats mana with ton HP Electric like every time, pretty much. Gunk is great for guard and Toge that are super. Oh, HP Electric also beats Toge because you can't get T-Waved. Well, you don't beat Scarf Dazzling Gleam, but we will get to that. This set is really cool. You got the Blizzard for Okoing Mega Altaria and I think Latios Mega. It's really strong, really cool move. Inaccurate, but just a cool tech for Greninja. Torque Run's probably more usable now that Endure Zard X is not going to be as big. But there's less emphasis on beating Zard in general, so I don't know. This shit is bad. Don't run low kick, brother. This is an old set. This set is maybe... I've always been a Ban Gren hater, but sometimes I just do use it because it's good versus someone's usage or is just a really good partner for what I need to be doing. Stunner Boy is swag. This shit is like bad, but we'll get to DOS eventually. So yeah, the waters. That's my hierarchy of waters. Togekiss, I think, is really cool. It has a lot of consistency with its normal sets. You can go bold if you want, like max HP, max defense bold, or something similar, and you'll have a better Zardex matchup being able to encore. Not perfect. I thought it was perfect, but it is actually not perfect. Unfortunately, I think that's Clef. But yeah, overall, Toge is super good with T-Wave, and then you add on the fact that it can be used Scarf. Scarf makes it way better at just straight up stall breaking, which it already was pretty good at with like with T-Wave Encore. But versus like the Muse and the Mana Fees and all of that stuff, being able to fast trick it is really solid. As well as you have a good Zard matchup, being able to just air slash flinch him, and I think I talked about this in the last video, but yeah, I think Trick Scarf is super great right now. Togekiss does. I'll talk about Togekiss's flexibility later. I put Mew high. I really like Mew. I can do so much. Just be creative with it. Make some new Mew sets, bro. I saw Ban Flame Charge today, and that kind of blew my mind. Specs PZ is a menace, and that's like the reason it's up here. Scarf is like okay. Scarf is like kind of a novelty thing right now because of how uncommon it is. I would say Specs is way more common. Custap is still ass. Don't use that shit. And then Victini. Victini has a lot of flexibility and is overall a pretty consistent Pokemon. It just wins some games. Victini, I don't think will ever have like a 20%, 25% win rate. Some mons do out of nowhere, and I wouldn't really expect Victini to. Slowbro, a lot of people are really high on Slowbro right now, and Slowbro has always been annoying to me in the builder. I've always tried to find creative ways to beat it with like my nasty plot shit and my spec shit, but I just think that Slowbro has more like creative counterplay than it has like options to beat stuff. Like Slowbro, if you're running it all the time, it's kind of a when are you gonna get victimized by some creative shit like a Specs Karen Black or whatever. But it's really infuriating to beat right now with its combination of Scald, Demon Bro, Rest, Slack Off, Growl, ID, Defense Curl, or Withdraw, I mean. Overall, Slowbro is really annoying right now, and teching it is possible, but honestly, it can be kind of hard sometimes. My tier lists are always based off of if you are a good builder who is willing to be creative. I see that with Mew, and I think that's kind of a negative for Slowbro because you can tech it a lot. Heatran, just a good Pokemon. I like it. DOS has probably since the last oras tier list of me and Chris has probably taken the biggest leap I was playing friendlies with Derek, and then I just messaged some people. I think Crucify, maybe someone else. I was like, yep, okay, just DOS is just broken, dude. My teams are not ready for the fact that it could be PP stall or specs. They just weren't at that time. All my teams were having to guess, and I was losing the guess, and it just pissed me off. Also, ID helmet probably pretty solid, just for beating those Metagross Mawile type mons. Overall, super solid mon. Very unpredictable. Probably doesn't have as much set like creation as Mew in terms of like what you can do with it, because timid specs is like bad, band is bad, off like some like nasty plus shit is bad. You can do that. That taunt, that skill swap mirror code shit is corny as fuck. Taunt skill swap mirror code for Slowbro, that shit's corny. That's kind of funny though. I think DOS just has a lot of I think its strength comes from what it can do at preview in terms of like scariness factor, and like of terms of like you don't know what set it is. If you know what set it is, it's a lot less scary. So yeah, Mega Altaria, the third best fairy in my opinion. Yes, I do think Toge, I ordered these by the way, I do think Toge is the 6th best mon. It is just really consistent at doing what it wants to do. And Mew is a bit more explosive, but I think that consistency factor that Toge had, and to some extent Manaphy has, I originally put Manaphy over Gyarados, and Crucify called me an idiot for moving it down, but I just feel like it's less splashable right now. I feel like Gyara's a lot more splashable in terms of being able to Star Break and beat Psychics, and just, I don't know, beat stuff that people are using, or things that are scaring me. Usually I kind of build of like what things are scaring me more than like the usage, and how like I consider every mon like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order of scariness. But nah, sometimes certain mons jump out at me, and that's why I think having a better Zard matchup is really big right now because of all the SC charge shit, which is really annoying for mana. And with no Zard Y, you can definitely set build. I think I made a Specs Manaphy that tries to beat every Zard X. You can do some Tail Glow Fizz Def shit as well. But that's just not as consistent versus the entire meta as like the Gyara sets that beat Zard, you know. So we drop off into A tier, which are mons that I really like, but there's kind of trends that are making them worse. Except Venu, whose trends are making them better. I still think LANDOT is a fucking beast, but it's just not on the level of these other mons right now in terms of like how often you see them, and like what new things do they bring to the table, or insane consistency. LANDOT does not bring insane consistency, and its archetypes are a bit worse. But you can run like Band Rockside and beat every Zard. Band is cool. I like Band a lot, especially if you're fighting against Crucify, who runs Synchronize or Toge on his guard, so you can just Iron Tail it and kill it. Actually, you might win against Intim anyways, or against like Trace, but maybe not Trace Fizz stuff. I don't know the calc off the top of my head. Matter of fact, let's go there right now. Okay, so yeah, you lose a shit to guard with Band. Anyways, back to my tier list. Yeah, I don't think Lando is super duper strong right now. There's just better mons that have a lot of sets than Lando, I believe. Venu's cool. I've complained about it better Venu a few times. Venu's cool. I like Venu. Medicham is weird because in certain matchups it is completely useless, and in others it just either wins or basically just wins. Lob, I think its 4th move is super underexplored. It can run Sub, Encore, Endure, all of which beat like a certain counterplay. Low Sweep is maybe good right now because you can't fight Des Shizzles running Zard Y. And then I have Mawile. I think Mawile is bad because and its niche in the past has been able to, you know, play rough Sableye, either Metal Burst or Fire Fang Genesect, Metal Burst some other stuff, you know, taunt fucking Metal Burst Gengar. But what I think is just really bad right now is that it's a Steel type. If you're running those sets with like either Taunt Burst or like random coverage like Fire Fang, you lose the T-Wave Togekiss and Gardevoir with Wisp. And that is really bad for a Steel type because Guard right now is really good against Zard, so it's not like your teammates will be picking up the slack. I do think like look at the mons below it. Like a simple taunt Metal Burst Mawile just kind of destroys B and B plus. So that's why I think it's a gatekeeper, is because at the top level it's getting punished a lot. Not by like Gara Gren as much, but I've Specs Manaphy's great versus it, Soul Manaphy's great versus it, T-Wave Togue, unless you're fighting Ironhead. And then Ironhead I think is just worse Metagross, because you don't really have the flexibility that makes Mawile cool, because Metagross doesn't have Fire Punch, doesn't have Battle Burst, you know, type shit. Can't really beat Gengar. So I think the sets that make Mawile unique are not good versus Fairies right now, and maybe other stuff, because like Burst just loses to Specs Mana anyways, and I don't know. I'm just not super sold on Maw. I just think Metagross is better. I think Metagross is like a really good steal. It's a very complete Mon, so Maw doesn't feel as complete to me. It feels way more flawed, and it loses matchups it shouldn't, so that's why I don't like it. I just use Metagross. I use more Magnezone than Mawile these days. I don't really use Mawile at all anymore. And then we got the Mons below. Most of these are pretty self-explanatory. I put Whimsicott pretty high because Akka, good versus Arden Mana these days. Pretty good versus DOS too. Overall, probably solid as a B+ bond should be. I don't have a lot more to talk about. These are pretty standard. A lot of these bonds haven't moved at all. I think Clef is a lot better because it can T-Wave shit. Crucify's key like fold set is fucking annoying, dude. Cress is OP. Not really though, but it's good. You just need to be in the right matchup. So next we got Crucify's, which inspired me to make this video. Let's take a look. He has... Is this his? I think this is his. He has Slowbro A+, which I agree with. I believe this is ordered. I disagree with don't use any Mons in here below, because I think Whimsicott and Gallade are usable. Everything else is terrible though. I will not lie. Everything else is like damn near unusable. I don't think Swampert is penis. I think Swampert can do some things with like Curse Facade. But yeah, these months are all pretty fucking bad. Greninja A. I don't think Greninja and Lop should be the same tier, dude. I think Greninja's coverage is really good in a lot of matchups, and Lop is kind of just, I feel like, takes the game out of each player, out of your hands as a user, because you don't know if your opponent is bulked for it or not. I think Sev is a good invention though, or not invention, but like move. Same with Encore and Endure. They're both pretty cool. Dio, I think DOS is. I put DOS higher, right? Did I put DOS higher? I put DOS A+. I think DOS. I would honestly just add all the Mons in A to A+, except Lop, and then yeah, having a weird empty blank Lop is kind of weird though. So I think he just thinks that like the Gren Victini Mons are a little played out and not as consistent or not as explosive. But I do disagree with that. As someone who is willing to run weird sets myself, I think Sableye is still fucking ass cheeks, so it should drop. Shit is fucking terrible. Lando, T, and Mellow in the same tier is kind of interesting. I think Mellow competes a lot with PZ and other psychics at this point. But it's kind of a well-rounded Mon, so I don't know. I guess putting in the same tier as Hoopa is fair. I think putting in the same tier as Hoopa is kind of fair. Yeah. I think Venu does not belong with these fucking Chodesters. Arguably Gengar too, Serp too. The rest of these Mons are fucking bad. I'm not really a huge Heracross fan these days. Although Bolt Seed is pretty good versus Mana. I find that its EVs are very weird and I don't like it. I think Clef should be higher for sure from this B rank. This B- is not too inoffensive. I think on mine I put Volcarona higher. I might have put I put a B. That's kind of just the like we have Zardwai at home, but I think Zardwai at home is still better than a lot of these shit Mons like fucking Talonflame or Vivillon is kind of. Rhyperior is fucking bad. Vivillon's really niche and you don't really see it a lot. I think Thunda's better. All the rest of these Mons in this tier are fucking shit though. I like Thunda and Conk, everything else is bad. I don't like LANDOT, and then yeah, everything else. Okay, pretty standard. I don't disagree with a lot. I think Mawile is way too high, just in terms of like what its place in the meta is. But in terms of raw matchups, like Taunt Burst is undeniable. Next, I'm gonna actually go to the program. Let me find that really quick. Okay, we're back. Okay, we got the program VR. So, I'll turn back here. Basically, program VR just only really cares about raw matchups and a little bit of, like how the unpredictability score is, like how much stuff does its other sets beat. If your other set is like, if your other set's a complete ass and basically beat the same shit with like minor variations, then your score is lower. But if you have like LANDOT, which can be, you know, Scarf, Specs, Band, AV, you know, type shit. I don't think Band might be in the program actually. Basically, if your other sets beat a lot more, then your score's higher. So we got Metagross as the best. This is after Zard X Band. With Zard X Band or without, or no, Zard Y, but without that shit, it's actually, I believe, completely different. So we can look at that if we really want to. But I think first off, Metagross Sableye Slowbro. Really, bro? Really? That's the top 3. Manaphy number 4. Gengar number 5. I think Gengar number 5 is so fucking funny. Its unpredictability score is very high because it has Mega and Specs and a few variations of both in there. So yeah, they beat a lot of different stuff. Bikini higher than Zardex, kinda insane. That's really odd. I don't really understand that, but it's barely by anything. So we got S- tier. Charizard, I guess X in terms of raw matchups isn't gonna blow you away, but it is probably the most splashable mon still. Pretty surprising that it is next to fucking Kyurem Black with the highest unpredictability score by far. It has Specs, Scarf, Band, Haban, yeah. That makes sense. Mawile, like I said, beats a lot of stuff. So does Altaria. Genesect this high is ridiculous. What? With a weirdly high unpredictability score. Huh. Does Scarf really change that much? Weird. It has a lot of coverage options, so yeah, I guess that makes a little sense. Mew with a also very high unpredictability score besides Manaphy, probably. Now there's some 50%ers right here. Mew really high. I think that's just because of ID. ID's overpowered, so yeah. DOS, a little bit of a less higher unpredictability score than I expected. Aggron in the S- tier. Yeah, Heracross really high, Archeops really high, Registeel really high. So if you wanna see like what mons actually just beat a lot of the tier, then this Pace Bender right here is your friend. Let's see. There's some Cloyster is in its own tier, terrible. And we got Mega Aerodactyl. Tyranium Breeze, yeah, these ones are all fucking shit. Togekiss is really low. I think that's because it only has one set. I think it only has one set, so yeah. Togekiss, definitely a snub here. A lot of these aren't super surprising. Audino being kind of high because it beats just a lot of Pokemon. Same with Whimsicott, I would think has a higher unpredictability score because of all its berries. These are interesting. Dragonite A tier is fucking wild because I've seen program build like one D-Knight team ever. So yeah, that's actually pretty wild. Only one zone set. A lot of mellow stuff. Pretty decent high score. Lop. A lot like Aggron being higher than these. It's just fucking hilarious, bro. It's just comedy. So let's go on to do someone else's list. Let's see who this is. Okay, this is Zios. people. Okay, so we were having a conversation like, is Metagross overrated just because people are putting it in like top 2, top 3? And I would say it's slightly overrated. But like the drop off of like Zard is pretty big, and I think, well, personally, right now, I think the drop off of Zard Guard is really, really big. After that, yeah, I guess. Metagross number 2 is kind of respectable, though. If you're a great picker, Metagross is solid. AKA, if you just pick 2 1s, one for 2 1, then you win. I don't know how long this video is. It's probably gonna be fucking long as shit. I'm trying to move faster. Anything crazy about this list? Gengar, Heatran, Serb, Medicham, same rank is kind of weird as fuck. I played it kind of safe. I think Sableye should not be this high on anyone's list, but is what it is. Gastro, I don't think has a legitimate niche. I think Gastro is absolutely awful. When I was testing World Cup Finals scene for Crucify, maybe it was semis, but he was testing some Gastro shit, and it just kept losing over and over. Like the team, both. And I'm like, dude, don't use Gastro, bro. Like, come on now. If it's not like surprising me out of nowhere to beat my ass, then it's not worth using. So I would honestly put it Gastro in Neem tier, but Lop is really low. What? I think like I said, I think Lop, or like I've said before, not right now in this video, the thread at Lop preview is good as fuck. I honestly think Lop is not worth clicking a lot of the time these days, unless you have a really good matchup with. Honestly, the 4th move I think makes a difference, but D-Knight, Dio, the same tier. This is probably the lowest. Yeah, this might be the lowest. Anyone puts Dio, it's pretty undeniable in this world. I don't know why I said world, but yeah. Audino slightly higher than most people have it, maybe, possibly. I don't know. These mons are all. Volcanion pretty low. I think that thing stinks. So yeah. Overall, I'm gonna start rating these tier lists. I would say this is an 8.5, maybe a 9 out of 10. I'll say this is a 9 out of 10. This is an 8.5 just because of the maybe an 8 because of the random fucking. I'm gonna say 8 out of 10 because of the random Lop low, Ma kind of high, but that's just my opinion. This is a minus tier. It's fucking cursed, bro. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. But this Darday Plus, I don't really know if I agree with. Next, whose is this? Oh, this is Radu's. Yeah, Mawaw's. It's not the best steel type in the tier, let alone the second best mon in the fucking tier. So fuck out of here, Radu. I think Celebra can't be put that high because it's too C-teamable or like one-dimensional or whatever. All the other mons have a lot more options. Like, all the other mons above, like, Genesect have way more options than Celebro. Celebro does have a lot of things you can do with moves, but, like, Bold Celebro is bad, so I wouldn't really try that, or Relax, I guess. Radu finally admitted Sableye's bad, but I don't think Sableye and Lopunny should be in the same tier, or Medicham. They're both way better than it. I don't really know what my stance on. What did I put Kieran Black? I put it A-, yeah. It's like borderline A, to be honest. You could maybe even make a case that it could be in Gatekeeper tier, but I just don't ever consider building it with it, and I think a lot of its team structures are bad. The only ones I think are cool are like ones where you partner with a bunch of other ambiguous mons. Those teams are like decent. Yeah, back to Roddy's. DOS is way too low. DOS is kind of a more theoretical top tier than people are used to in oras, so I'll give them that. You don't have to like worship my opinion on DOS, obviously. You don't have to worship any of my opinions. Oh my god, dude, what is this shit? I guess the bottom isn't really that controversial. But seeing like DOS in the same tier as fucking T-Tar and Garchomp, D-Knight, it's kind of sad, man. So I'm gonna rate Radu's a 7 out of 10. I honestly disagree with most of this list. I disagree with so much of this list. The lower shit is fine though. He didn't put like any random like good mons randomly low, so he's fine for that. This is whose is this? Oh, this This is my boy Ecstatic Cold, aka David Nadal's list. He has some banned mons on in the S, so I don't know why. These are wide and lax are there. I guess because they're good mons. So I assume this is not ordered. And for us being A is interesting. I think Mawile higher than guard is a crime. I guess Kieran Black theoretically could be that at the level of some of these mons. D-Knight is fucking bad, bro. Fucking lower D-Knight, shit sucks. I guess A is like David's like mon pool, and then like that he goes to often, and B is like shit he goes to way less, and C he's shit he goes to like never. Honestly kind of respectable that like his big clump list is not like, nah dude, D-Knight and Ampharos gotta fucking go. They gotta go. Kieran Black can like maybe hang on the guys that it's A-. David like didn't know how to make other tiers, so he just he has big tiers. What other funny shit? Venusaur the same tier as Gastro, the same tier as Medicham, same tier as Gengar Lando. Kind of dumb, but I guess that's what happens when you have Chonker tiers, because, well, technically, you know, Gastro Volcarona could be B-, the other ones could be B+, but man, I don't know. Those guys are a lot apart. Overall, I would rate David's list a 7.5 out of 10. Very chaotic, and the Ampharos, like, the way I always look at it to be ordered of like how good these mons are, and saying Ampharos is like the what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th best mon in the tier is controversial. Next, whose is this? This might be. Oh, this is Derek's list. This is Derek's list. Derek's S makes perfect sense. He's been messing around with a lot of guard lately, and Slowbro, Zard are good in the program. Derek's gonna have like some mons that are decent, like very low. Yeah, he has Clef in the same rank as like fucking Scizor. Mega Diancie in the same tier as Jirachi, bro. What? I think Volcanion is a little too high. I do not agree with Gara. Okay, I would have agreed with Gara Gren A rank like fucking a year ago, or like maybe 8 months ago. But nah, bro, nah. At least he has Metagross 2 tiers higher than Mawile, though. That's cool. He has Gengar high, just like the program does. I do not think Gengar is in this tier of Mawile. Dude, no one uses Gengar anymore, dude. This shit is just not. It's not as relevant as these other mons, or proven, or anything like that. Gengar in 2021 went kind of crazy, and 2020, but right now it's just not in the same level as these mons. Overall, I honestly expected Derek's list to be more biased. Slower, the same level as Zard is like hilarious, but it could be. I was expecting Derek's list to be a lot worse. I'm gonna say an 8 out of 10 for this one. Okay, next we got the Rosa tier list. SSS Zard. She thinks Zard will still be broken / ban worthy. I disagree, but I mean, only time will tell. We're both theorizing, so. Mawile second best mon. Oh my god, bro, stop with this. Stop. It's literally, oh my god, it's literally so much worse than Metagross. Ton of burst speed stuff though, haha. Victini third best. Lol. Obviously, Sableye S is bad. Sableye, I've just been thinking for a year at least, is a losing Pokemon. I think it's a decent partner with Zard, but it's a losing Pokemon. It's just not a winning Pokemon right now. Derek likes Confide Spadef to beat Manaphy, which is pretty cool, but you beating Manaphy and losing to Slowbro is like really bad in the current meta, in my opinion, so yeah, shit sucks. Next, we have the thing that actually pisses me off the most. Okay. You seen this? Theory Demon. So, why this makes no fucking sense is that let's take a look at Oras Toga. Let's just take a non-biased look at Oras Togekiss. Okay. So in my sets comp, we got Mixed Def. I never use Charm. Don't even get this shit out of here. This set, pretty good, right? Solid. You can do some adjustments with either Mental Herb or Helmet for Gyarados, just so you don't get taunted. Those are both cool. Let's go look at the next set. Spidef. Why is it called Key Helmet? Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Probably Key. This was for Zard Y. Completely unnecessary now. You just want this bulk for Gren. Okay. That's not really a relevant set. And then we got this. Okay, I'm gonna keep that out of here for a sec. Then we got this set, which I think is easily the second best Toad. This shit beats a lot of stuff that Key doesn't, because a lot of Key stuff or Key counterplay has to be faster. Then we got the third Toad, or maybe we can import them both. Specs, which while a little uncommon, certainly. Wait, why did I only import one? Hello. Certainly is. Oh, this open shit. I don't know why bro. What is this? I didn't clean up my act. Okay, this is good for Heatran. No, this is good for Heatran. This is good for Zardex because he likes to sub on you or blitz you. This covers both. Then you got HP Steel for Diancie, Grass Knot for fuck, I don't even know, bro. Something. These sets are cool, but they're basically kind of just like, oh, I need to beat this weird set of Mons. Let me just make a Specs Toad that does that. I've had a lot of Specs Toad EV and move variations. Here's another one, HP Ground. Just some anti-Heatran bullshit. And then we get to a set that I made that is a bit theoretical, but it is the Bright Powder Toad. So this sub was for other Togekiss, I believe. And the idea is that you try to beat Toge and you try to just RNG manipulate other shit like Genesect. The Genesect Toge matchup is kind of hilarious. It just comes down to hacks. Specs and Scarf, I believe. I think Scarf you should theoretically win, but I saw Radu lose it as or he beat it as Genesect because he's just lucky in Radu. So yeah, this shit is most certainly a little close to a Theory Demon, but other than that, like, what do we got here? What do we got here? You got no Mystical Fire. That's not a thing. What else do we got here? Nasty Plot. Radu likes Nasty Plot. I think it sucks. I think it's just worse than Encore. What else do we got here? No Yawn. It's just banned. You got. This is like this is like a troll. Endeavor Helmet E-Speed. I don't know. It's like was it this? I don't know. I don't know what its moves were. I think it was this and something like this. This shit mad gimmicky. Maybe it wasn't E-Speed. I don't know, dude. Solar ran some weird ass Toge that like epically trolls people with Oras Helmet and Endeavor. This is not a consistent set whatsoever. So whatever. We got this set, but with Yachi Berry for like Huron Black. What else do we even have, bro? Where is the Theory Demon? Where is the Theory Demon on this mod? There's no Mystical Fire. We want to look at the sets compendium for SM. Sets comp. Gen 8 sets comp. Okay, let's look at this Theory Demon in SS. Maranga is like bad. I guess you can use it for Genesect. Cool. You now lose to like Medicham, Lopunny, Zardex easier, and some other stuff. So very worth it. Mental Herb, which is a small variation to like be better versus Gyarados and worse versus the aforementioned Mons. Canterbury, absolutely terrible. None of these steel types are forced to mash you or ironhead you or whatever. They can play around it. Key stall. Okay, why? Why would you run this set? So the SS sets are completely irrelevant. I don't see Toad being a theory demon, which, like, in theory, okay. Toad has a lot of variations, as do Lillimons, but why is it so problematic that it has its own tier of theory demon? Because number one, Toad is, I think, with its key, you know, Roost, T-Wave, all that, Encore, all that shit, that thing has a lot of odds in its favor. I rank Togekiss so high because of what it can do with one set and how consistent that one fucking set is versus so much very safe, very punishing. Odds are in its favor a lot. But then she put Mew in B+. And not in the Theory Demon tier, despite the fact that it can run specs. With Aura Sphere, Grass Knot, Ice Beam, any fucking thing you want to run on this shit. Look at this move pool, bro. Toge's move pool does not look like this. It doesn't, I'm telling you, bro. We also got the Choice Band Mew with Gunk Rock Tomb, you know, whatever you want to do with that. We got, you know, the standard Mew with Taunt, Seismic Toss, or, you know, Amnesia maybe over S-Toss, Wisp, Roost. Okay, that's a set. Now you got the AOPS variation with Taunt, Amnesia, Roost, Seismic Toss. Okay, that's the set. Now what about my set? Citrus, Iron Defense, S-Toss, Soft Boiled, Amnesia. This is easily Mew's best set right now. Okay. Now we got more Mews. What shall we do here? Let's see what I got from Mew. I had an idea, but then I kind of forgot about it. Scarf Mew. Okay. This is very, very niche. Good for Greninja. Kind of Zard, I guess. But a lot of the stuff that tries to taunt you or SD on you or, you know, try to finesse you. We got the Nasty Plot Stall Breaker. Okay. Let me make another one, actually. Let me make another one. MP Stall Breaker. That's a set. One appeal game. Now we got the PQST Wave, kind of like a variation of like Togekiss. Has pretty good odds against Slowbro. I'm not sure about up against Rest, but that thing also, Rest does not threaten you offensively, so you can just go for as many hacks as you want with T-Wave to S-Toss. Pretty good versus Slowbro and a lot of other stuff. It's kind of like a mix between NP defensive. What can you not do with this? If you want to run a weird bulk up set. Oh, I remember this I was going to talk about before. You can run bulk up or CM easily. Very good potential, as any Mew set has. You can run the Deadlymon variation, or I think it's Kifes. I don't know if it was Key or Citrus or what. Oh, it was Helmet. It was Rest, Amnesia, Iron Defense, S-Toss, PP Stall Mew. Very, very interesting, intriguing set. Like, bro, how the fuck is Toge a Theory Demon and not this thing that can run all of this shit? Come on now. I could fucking make up a weird ass Mew right now that would do stuff. This Mon has so much potential. Easily the most potential out of any Mon in the tier. So, yeah, kind of ridiculous that that shit just triggered me. So yeah, it did. Then we got some more Rosa nonsense. Metagross, a tier below. Mawile, no bueno. Metagross is better. Then we got Lopunny in the same rank as Entei and Blastoise. I don't know if it's ordered, but it is also below Jirachi and Garchomp and fucking D-Knight. Okay, bro. Then we got Clef in the same tier as Mega Banette. Okay, bro. I think Mega Banette is actually like usable because Prankster Disable is great for being just choice mons, and you can run some Cotton Guard Wisp shit to beat like physical attackers. But overall, the amount of mons that Bennett beats is not like ridiculously high at all, especially in like how common fire types are, and they all just shit on it. Next to Diancie. Next to, in the same tier as DOS. This is like a 2018 DOS take. Yeah, overall, this is full of like weird contrarian opinions that Rosa has. The Theory Demon makes no fucking sense at all. I don't mind the Theory Demon tier at all, actually. I had my own Gatekeeper tier because I fucking think Mawile sucks, but Theory Demon, it only has Togekiss, which has a very limited move pool of this tier. Is like, what are you doing, bro? Next we got, I think this is Solar, so this is, oh wait, no, he had an updated one. Let me go find that really quick. Okay, so I was tripping. There was not another tier list. So Solar Chungus has Chomp in A, and Slacking in A, and Sableye in A, and Victini in A, and Metagross in A, and Mawile in A. Okay, interesting. Mega Altaria in S. Okay. Okay, man. We got Manaphy in B. I think this is, I just gave him PTSD and ballsack from me spamming Mana every week. Okay, Mana in B, the same tier as Talonflame. Okay. Who else we got? We got Mew in here, Togen here, Medicham in here, Rhyperior in here. Really? This is like a 5 out of 10 tier list. This is just bait. This is a bait tier list. This one I rate like a 6 out of 10. This is a 5. Next we got Tenzai's tier list, aka Zoe, aka Banned on Smogon User. We got RIP the King's tier. Okay. S plus Charizard. I don't really think S, like, okay, here's what I would do. I would just go S, S minus, A plus, A, B or A minus, B plus. I would just shift everything one down because I really don't think Zard is S plus anymore. It's the one I use the most by a lot. I like think about using just because, I don't know, it's good still. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's S plus. Then we got Metagross at its own tier. This is why people are like, oh, it's kind of a slightly overrated because people are putting it as a number 2. The number 2 should probably go to Gardevoir, just off of like the wrong amount of flexibility it does, and it's like threatening shit at preview. Slowbro third best. I don't agree with it all remotely. Victini there is kind of funny. Guard under Victini is like dire in my opinion. I guess Granitog are like kind of similar to your Valmons, to be honest. Mew and Mana right next to each other, kind of based. They're more similar than people realize. Do I have anything else to say? Mawile, the same tier. Whimsicott is fucking based. Unfortunately, it has DOS the same tier as Registeel, so baby steps. Then we got Sableye, the worst out of like how anyone's put it. Where did I put it, dude? Where did I fucking put it? I put it B plus. That's fucking based. I agree with that. This is the Solar Chungus tier list. This is Tenzai's, right? Yeah. B Sableye is low key true. That thing is not good. I like this B rank a lot, except Hoopa. Raise Hoopa up, man. Hoopa's good as fuck. Then B minus, you have Serp randomly there. Okay. C plus. Tenzai has not used any of the bonds below B, by the way. I guarantee. Okay. I rate this tier list a 7 out of 10. Weird ass top. These mons should all be way like in the same tier as each other in my opinion, but whatever. This is okay. This is Kais, and this is fucking a meme, bro. Okay, so we got Zard, Metagross, Mawile, Heatran, Mew. What? I'm a Mew supporter, but that boy and Heatran should not be touching S right now, okay? Let me just tell you that. Then we got Guard. A+ is kind of tame. And then you have a weird-ass A rank with Genesect, and PZ, and Gyarados, and DOS, and Sylveon, and Volcanion on the same tier. Which is a bit nonsensical, but... Then you get to the Pidgeot at the same rank as Togekiss tier, and Azu, and Crustle. Okay. That is just wrong. That is I don't know if he's trolling or not. I'm gonna take all these at face value just for the content. Bro, what? Bro, what? What? And before this, he put all of the A+ and A- mons in the same tier. So Pidgeot was the same tier as Guard and Greninja and Gyarados and other cool guys. So that was not good. Then we got B Manaphy. What? Okay, dude. Azu above Manaphy is for sure a take that you are allowed to have. I just think it's foul that you put fucking Manaphy in the same tier as Jirachi and Entei. Are there any cool mons in the C rank? I think Crest is better than people realize. Same with P2. But I don't mind the C rank a lot. Aeron is definitely too high. This shit sucks balls. Overall, this tier list is like a fucking... This is like a 5. Maybe a 4.5 because the Pidgeot take alone. But I low-key encourage people to post their hot takes in tier lists, because that's what I think like the strength of tier lists is just being able to have your own platform to just say unfiltered shit. But this is just fucking wrong, bro. So I'm gonna say this is a 4.5 out of 10. This is fucking nonsense. Somehow even more nonsense than Solars, and that's saying something. This is... Who the fuck's list is this? Oh, this is Sice's list. Okay, so DOS is S. DOS on these lists has ranged from S to C+. Okay, bro. He put all the Psychic Bros, well, 3 of the Psychic Bros, in S, but not Guard. Guard, where the fuck is Guard? Okay, okay, this is a troll list. This is just 1 out of 10. You guys can look at it for a bit and fucking pause if you want. I don't need to go over a list that has Gardevoir and B rank and Deoxys Speed S and Mew S. DOS and S is based as fuck, and same with Mew, because they can seem like S tier mon sometimes, but this list is terrible. So good for Sice for putting his trusty Zapdos in A- though, same tier as Mega Metagross. Cool, man. I don't really... What is Sice value? What are... I'm taking this at face value, even though it's like troll. What is he trying to like emphasize here? Is this like a flexibility tier list where Guard is just way lower than it should be? 'Cause I don't know why else you would put these mons in this place. I don't really know. That is all, people. I don't know why we had to end off on this note. This is like I want to say this is a fucking 3 out of 10 tier list, bro. What is going the fuck on? What is going on, man? Azu and D is also funny. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment. If you want to make your own tier list, I'll put that in the description. So peace out.